We stand in dead men's suits, a moment to reflect. Everything that's been
I see mathematics in 101 schools all around the country, and all too often I see a repetition of basic skills, consolidation and practice, what I'd call transmission method teaching, where the teacher shows pupils what to do on the board and then the pupils do it in their books and then they talk about what they've done and what they haven't done. Quite frankly, that could be expressed as uninteresting. Adventure learning, adventure mathematics becomes exciting. It basically engages pupils in learning mathematics in a different way. And the mathematics is the same mathematics, but by doing it in that adventurous approach, you're also bringing out soft skills, communication, opportunity to think, solve problems, provide pupils who may not be particularly good at repetitive and practice hard sums to think the solutions to problems and show that they have strengths within their peer community that aren't brought out in that traditional approach to mathematics.
We've been very fortunate to have Colin Matthews with us. He's an outstanding and very inspirational mathematics leader, and we've been looking at different approaches to how we might try and engage people with maths.
It's not rocket science, it's not difficult. It's taking that reality that's written down in black and white. You have to move two things from one side of the river to another, and moving that from a number of words written on a piece of black and white paper to thinking, well, I could put two people inside a hoop and I could move them from one side of the room to the other and actually make them go through the modelling process of solving that problem instead of trying to do it theoretically on something they don't understand. Transformation geometry is quite complicated in that you're taking a shape that, like a flag, say, and it's in a position on a piece of squared graph paper, so it might sit in the first quadrant or the second quadrant, third, and you're asked to rotate it about a fixed point. Most pupils in the secondary classroom will never be asked to do those things in their life, but when they do drive a car, they will have to go into a car park and turn right or turn left or turn round and do those things. That's transformation geometry. Linking it to adventure learning, we looked at Slalom courses. We looked at, you have to go down a course, you have to turn right, you have to turn left, you have to go clockwise, anti-clockwise, to go 180 degrees or 360 degrees, and you're dealing with other factors that come into the equation, like there are rocks in the stream, there are edges in the stream, and the teachers we've been working with today have been able to say, well, there's maths, pure maths transformation, all of that ordering, the programming, but actually then there's the human factor of, I don't want to hit that rock, so I better not go in that direction, even though that's the way it says.
Maths is a subject which, maybe alongside many others, has a reputation for being one without much context for students, and particularly in student eyes, it's ones that they can't see the relevancy of, or particularly why it is that that's important for them to learn beyond it being an examination. What he was doing was he was moving that ownership over to the students. He was making sure that it was something that they were investigating, something they were deducing, things that they were talking about, taking on leadership roles in. And what that meant for them was that then they, being in charge of the learning, were therefore more engaged in what they were doing, it was more practical and hands-on, and it took them out of the classroom environment.
Give me a sense of what you would like people to do as a result of today.
If we can get the teachers from today to do any one of those activities in a way that they feel comfortable with, reduce the level of challenge so that it fits with a year 1 pupil, or increase it so it fits with a year 11 pupil, but just try it for 5 minutes and I think they will be amazed at what happens in their class.